Howdy. Welcome on in to the pre-show before free show.
Hi.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday, Pickle. I know you were saying that specifically to me. I'm Greg. That's Ashley. Remember, we don't have shows next week. We're off next week because of various and sundry things we have to do around the Lone Star State and beyond the Lone Star State. I'm going out of town this weekend, so that's part of it too. When you were growing up, when you were a youth, which you're not anymore, you're very old.
Yes. I feel old.
What was your, or I guess, let me put it to you this way. When you decided that you wanted to go the broadcast route.
Yeah.
What was your dream job?
What
was the pinnacle?
The college game day girl. Like being the one that, I mean, typically, even now to this day, they don't have a girl on the desk, but they have the one that usually is standing up at the set and bringing in, like, the guest and the whatever. Like, Samantha Ponder was at the peak of that when I really started thinking, like, oh, I could do that for a living.
You want to be on college game day.
Yeah. Yeah, that was it. But before that, forever, it was to be a meteorologist. Mm-hmm. That's what I really, really wanted to do, which to this day has still always been, like, my fallback plan if I ever get, like, tired of doing the sports thing or want to get out of that. Going and doing meteorology would be...
Yeah, because I guess people don't, well, and this is not a knock on meteorologists, to be clear, but, like, the people who are on TV, like, they have, like, certificates and stuff like that, but, like, essentially they're television personalities who understand the weather.
Yeah, and fair? So, well... And
I don't want to demean them because I think they're super talented.
No, because there's both.
Yeah.
So you can be a weatherman or weatherwoman on the air without a meteorology degree.
I could be a weatherman today.
Yes.
Yes.
Legally, yes, you don't have to have the degree. Now, what happens is most of the time you get, as I've had quite a few friends do this, you get a degree in broadcasting or communications or marketing or something like that, something that has to do with the TV scope. Then you get into your first market as just a weatherman or weatherwoman, and then while you're working your first job, a lot of times they will pay, if you have a good station, they'll pay for you to go
become a meteorologist,
which is basically almost kind of like going to like a trade school for 2 years. A lot of people do it online, and it's all obviously science-based and stuff like that. So if you're a chief meteorologist, you have gone to school for that. You cannot be called a meteorologist unless you have a meteorology degree.
Correct. Yes.
So,
it's like being a doctor.
So I still could very much do that.
Yeah, you could. My dream job, when I figured out I wanted to write for a living, my dream job was, do you know this?
I don't know.
I wanted Rick Riley's job. Do you know who Rick Riley is?
I don't think that I do.
There's some people who are nodding. I wanted to write the back page column for Sports Illustrated. That was my one. That would be the crowning achievement, is if I could write the back page column for Sports Illustrated. That was where Rick Riley wrote when I was growing up, and like I just loved the style that he did it. Like it felt very free. It felt very like he can write about what he wants. And like and pitch it to his editor. Now I know the process of like pitching it to your editor and you know finding those stories. And I think one of the reasons that I love this job is because we do like with the back page column at Sports Illustrated, felt like it could be about anything and in whatever style you want. And it's kind of the same thing here. Obviously we want to be about football in Texas, but there's so much that like whatever we want to write, we can basically do. And so I do think that's one of the reasons that I do this and what I like about this job. The reason I bring that up, did you see the news today?
No.
The entire staff, I'm reading from front office sports here, but this is everywhere now. The entire staff of Sports Illustrated was notified on Friday that their jobs were being eliminated. The entire staff.
Holy cow.
So I won't bore you with the corporate side of it, but basically like there's a company that owns the brand and they license the brand to another giant company and they missed a payment for that licensing organization or process and stuff like that. And so the result of all of that corporate demeasuring is that a lot of people are going to lose their jobs. And the future of what Sports Illustrated will be going forward is is up in the air. And it is one of the really heartbreaking and terrible parts of this industry is, and you and I know this all too well, we have way too many friends, even at your young age. I've called you old in this segment. Now I'm calling you young in this segment. Even at your young age, life is full of, balance. I know you have a number of friends who have been laid off in this industry.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Who've lost their jobs.
Yeah.
It is a brutal industry, and like I joke all the time, I got a newspaper journalism degree in 2008, and then they just stopped giving them out. I got the last one because why would you? It's a sad day. I can go off about how this is a large part of this is because of just like corporate entities getting involved in media organizations and running them into the ground and not understanding the mission and purpose of media organizations like Sports Illustrated. But it sucks. It sucks.
Yeah.
And that is, I mean, there's a pretty decent chance that Sports Illustrated is just going away.
And what sucks about that is I guarantee you that building is full of people just like you that it was like, this is it. Like, this is, since I've been a little kid, this is what, and I mean, that was the same thing. Like, honestly, when ESPN has gone through so many rounds of the different layoffs, like the 4-letter network is kind of the big goal for anybody who wants to be on air. But then you take a step back and you look at it and you go, my goodness, they're just cutting people left and right. Like, is that really the goal at this point?
It's one of the things, like somebody asked me, this is a couple years ago, like they asked me that same question, like, what was your dream job growing up? It was like, I want to write the back page column in Sports Illustrated. If they offer you that job today, would you take it? I said, no. No,
exactly. And that's, everyone keeps saying to me, what's the next big step? What's the next big step? And it's like, guys, this industry is insane. And you've got to think about a lot more than just like, oh, yeah, I could do sideline for an NFL game. Like, that doesn't equal quality of life. It does not.
This is an industry that that it's very good at the very top, but there's not a middle class.
No.
There's not a middle
absolutely
class.
Not.
And so you're either at the very, very top, and to be clear, we're not at the very, very top. We're not talking about us. You're either Kirk Herbstreit,
or you're not.
Like, that's basically it. And so it sucks. I read that today, and I got very sad. And yeah, like, just if you get on Twitter, it's just a lot of our friends, a lot of our colleagues, and a lot of the people in our sphere who are like, like I grew up wanting to write for Sports Illustrated, and now it's like,
I'm glad that I'm not.
And now, like, it is.
There's
very
so
sad.
many people losing their jobs.
That's very sad.
Yeah, that hurts.
Anyway, that stinks. Hit the theme, Expo. Pickle! Hit the arrow sign. Yes, y'all! From the Dave Campbell's Texas Football Mothership here in beautiful Lewisville, Texas, it is Texas Football Today, a show on the internet. My name is Greg Tepper. I'm the managing editor of Dave Campbell's Texas Football magazine, TexasFootball.com, a corresponding website. Thank you for spending part of your day with us. Whether you're watching us live, TexasFootball.com, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, all of the places, or you'll listen to the podcast, which you can subscribe to on the podcast vendor of your choice. Either way, thank you for doing your part to support your local mediocre internet show. I'm sitting over there at the helm today, making us sound good. She's the Duchess of the Dorks, courageously doing her 4th show this week.
Yeah, that's basically a record.
She's Ashley Pickle.
Hi, friends. But don't worry, we're getting a full week off next week.
Thanks for your courage. Though, this week.
Someone's got to do it.
Today is Friday, January 19th, 2024. It was 314 days till Thanksgiving. Happy birthday to Dolly Parton.
Oh, nice. The queen.
Dolly Parton turns 78 today. 78.
And she still looks like that. That's just crazy.
Do not have a comment. 78 years old is Dolly Parton. It's episode 1,700 and something as soon as Pickle tells me on the lower third.
It's 1720, but I forgot to change
it's
that.
1720. She's changing the lower third right now, and blam. 1720. On today's show, folks, we got some awards to hand out, including the Dave Campbell's Texas Football Teams of the Year, the Dave Campbell's Texas Football Coaches of the Year, and the Dave Campbell's Texas Football Quarterbacks of the Year. In each classification, we will have that. And then back half of the show, it's Helpful Honda Mailbag Friday. You're answering your
Let's go.
We're answering your questions about high school football, college football, recruiting, lifestyle, romance, travel, all of those things. Get them in the comments, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. If you get your comments in, we will answer your questions before we're off next week. So it might be your last. This is the last Helpful Honda Mailbag Friday before realignment. So if you have like realignment questions, now might be a time to put those in there.
Correct.
You know, I don't want to tell you how to live your life.
Do it.
Do your thing. Anyway, we'll have that coming up here at the back half of the program. Do we have first four through the door?
We sure do. It was Daniel Agnew, Jamie Crockett, Ed McElroy, and Lau Good. Welcome in, fellas.
Welcome in, friends. We do thank you for spending a little bit of your day with us. One small note. I've been working on updating our Texas high school football record book. As you could probably imagine, whenever a season ends, we got to update the record book and go through and add things and things like that. I'm about 80% of the way through it. So if you go through, we're now at the point where I'm comfortable saying that if you go through the record book on texasfootball.com/records and you see something that you know is wrong or you have someone to add, let me know. At Tepper on Twitter, or my email address on the website. Let me know, and we can get that fixed. We're not perfect. This is a community effort, right? So I think it's up to date about 80% of the way. There's a few categories that I still haven't gotten to, like state championships. I've got to update those. So don't yell at me about state championships yet.
Which is like the easiest one for people to yell at you about.
Yeah, for sure. But if you go to texasfootball.com/records, the record books should be mostly up to date. If you see something that you know is wrong, or you are fairly certain is wrong, let me know on Twitter or in email, and I can get that updated. So figured that was a nice little public service announcement. Okie dokie, Pickle. You know, what did you do on Monday?
I flew back from El Paso.
So you did not watch Monday Night Football?
I did not.
Okay. Did you watch the Emmys?
I did not.
Because this is award season.
Mm-hmm. It is.
The Emmys, the Golden Globes, I presume the Grammys, I presume the CMAs, the People's Choice Awards, the Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards.
Yeah, slime.
All of those things. And here at Dave Campbell's Texas Football, we have our own award season. Texas Football Award season here on Texas Football Today. A number of awards to hand out that we are excited to announce here on Texas Football Today exclusively. We'll start with our Team of the Year. Dave Campbell's Texas Football is proud to honor one team from each classification with the Ozarka Team of the Year Award. The teams selected throughout the course of this program have exemplified the best in Texas high school football. Congratulations to this year's Ozarka Fueled by Nature Team of the Year Awards winners, including 6A, San Antonio John Jay. One of the great stories there in the Alamo City, the Mustangs surpassed all expectations in running to, I believe, the third round of the playoffs, as the Mustangs had a historic year, our 6A Team of the Year. In 5A, the Port Nature's Groves Indians won the 5A Division II state championship in emphatic fashion with a thrilling run through the 5A Division II bracket. They are our 5A Team of the Year. In 4A, the Gilmer Buckeyes surprised everybody with a run to the 4A Division II state championship. An incredible run here for the Buckeyes of Gilmer to capture the 4A Division II state championship, including the thrilling win over Belleville in the 4A Division II title game. They are our 4A Team of the Year. In 3A, the Clyde Bulldogs are our 3A Team of the Year, and what a year it was for the Bulldogs as they were able to put together one of the best years in program history. If you remember correctly, this is a team that in 2022 was 4-6. In 2021, 1-9. But Danny Dudgeon's squad went 11-2, an unbelievable year for the Clyde Bulldogs. In 2A, The Ganado Indians. What an unbelievable run it was for the Indians, making it all the way to the state semifinals, including avenging a previous loss to Refugio to make it to the state championship or to the state semifinals. Second-year coach Josh Irvin has this program pointed in the right direction, and Ganado is our 2A team of the year. In 1A, Oglesby. The Tigers of Oglesby are our 1A team of the year after a remarkable run to their first ever state championship game. What a year it was for Oglesby. They are our 1A team of the year. And in the private school ranks, it is Conroe Covenant Christian, as Conroe Covenant Christian was able to capture their first ever state championship in the TAPS six-man Division II world ranks. The Conroe Covenant Christian, our private school team of the year. So there they are, the Ozarka Fueled by Nature Team of the Year award winners, presented by Dave Campbell's Texas Football. For more information, visit texasfootball.com. There it is. The Ozarka Fueled by Nature team.
Let's go.
Congratulations.
Well deserved.
It's now time for the Coach of the Year.
Ooh.
Dave Campbell's Texas Football is proud to partner with the Texas Army National Guard to honor one head coach in each classification with the Coach of the Year award. Each coach recognized with this special honor typifies the best in Texas high school football. Your 2023 Texas Army National Guard Coaches of the Year. In 6A,
boom,
Claude Mathis from DeSoto, guiding the Eagles to their second consecutive 6A Division II state championship. Coach Mathis put on a display as, in my opinion, this is me talking, all editorial, this is none of the talking points, pound for pound the best team in Texas high school football, the DeSoto Eagles, and Coach Claude Mathis at the helm of that, a deserving a Coach of the Year. In 5A, J.C. Ramirez at Brownsville Veterans Memorial, running Brownsville Vets to a historic run to the state semifinals. Remember, in Coach Ramirez's first season at the helm, an unbelievable year for J.C. Ramirez and the Chargers of Brownsville Veterans Memorial. He is our 5A Coach of the Year. In 4A, Anna coach Seth Parr is our 4A Coach of the Year. It's hard to believe the turnaround that he has undertaken. Remember, he took over a team in 2021 that was coming off a 3-7 season, and in 2023, he runs them to their first ever state championship. Congratulations to Seth Parr, our 4A Coach of the Year. In 3A, David Lucio from Tidehaven, as Tidehaven makes it to their first state championship game since 1980 with a 14-1 mark. An unbelievable run with one of the most ferocious defenses in Texas high school football. Coach David Lucio took the Tidehaven Tigers to new heights with their run of the state championship, and he is our 3A Coach of the Year. In 2A, Sunray coach Wes Boatman is our 2A Coach of the Year. What a year it was for the Bobcats of Sunray, led by Coach Boatman in his fourth season there at the helm, guiding them to their first ever, or their first 12-win season since 2004, and guiding one of the most explosive offenses in the state of Texas all the way to the 2A Division II state semifinals. In 1A, Mike Reed from Gordon, guiding the Longhorns wire to wire at number one, or not wire to wire at number one, but one of the, I believe they were consistently, I think they started the year number 2 in 1A Division I, only behind Westbrook, as they were able to capture a state championship there in Gordon. Mike Reed has built that program back into where they believe they should be, as Mike Reed, our 1A Coach of the Year. And the private school ranks, Jason Witten at Argyle Liberty Christian, guiding Argyle Liberty Christian to a state championship, coming off of what was a difficult first year at the helm. His second year was absolutely outstanding, guiding Argyle Liberty Christian to the TAPS 11-man Division II state championship in an undefeated season. Jason Witten from Argyle Liberty Christian, our private school Coach of the Year. So there they are, the Dave Campbell's Texas Football Coaches of the Year, presented by Texas Army National Guard. Congratulations to all the winners. For more information, you can visit texasfootball.com.
Yay!
Yay!
Well deserved.
Yay! There's people all over clapping. We're just the only people in this room.
Correct. Yeah. Like, trust me. There's
Yes.
Everyone's going Coach of the Year.
Exactly right. Yeah.
They're just not here.
Yeah, they're not here. Sorry, we had to lock the doors.
Yeah. They're trying to get in.
One last award to hand out here in award season,
Yes.
and that is the quarterback of the year. Panini America, the global leader in licensed sports trading cards and collectibles, and the official trading card manufacturer of the NFL, is teaming up with Dave Campbell's Texas Football this season to honor the top high school quarterbacks in the state of Texas. You may remember each week during the 2023 regular season, one top quarterback from each high school classification was named quarterback of the week and received a virtual Panini trading card to commemorate the honor. And then at the end of the regular season, we put the voting up to you on TexasFootball.com to determine who would be the quarterback of the year in each classification. We left it up to you, and it is now time to announce the Panini America Quarterbacks of the Year. Starting in 6A, DJ Lagway from Willis, of course, the Mr. Texas Football Player of the Year as well, takes home the Quarterback of the Year honors with an unbelievable year, setting a 6A record for passing touchdowns. The Florida commit has been absolutely outstanding. Florida signing, I should say. In 5A, Michael Hawkins from Frisco Emerson, who set the Texas high school world on fire. An unbelievable year there for Emerson as guiding them to the state semifinals. Michael Hawkins, the OU signee, was absolutely terrific in our 5A quarterback of the year. In 4A, Aiden Jacobson from Ingleside. What an unbelievable year it was for Ingleside's offense, which was helmed by Aiden Jacobson, the 4A quarterback of the year at Ingleside. Put up explosive numbers every single week. In 3A, Walker Overman from Gunner, the diminutive and yet dominant quarterback for the Gunner Tigers, led Gunner to another state championship, running that pistol option offense, a fabulous thrower and even hard-charging runner as well. Got Walker Overman, our 3A from Gunner, our 3A quarterback of the year. In 2A, Sunray quarterback Armando Luan, who once again lit up scoreboards across the Panhandle with an unbelievable season. He put up unbelievable numbers year in and year out. And by the way, just a junior, Armando Luan from Sunray, our quarterback of the year in Class 2A. Then our 1A quarterback of the year is Veribest quarterback Hunter Hallmark from Veribest, leading the Falcons to an 8-2 mark and doing it through the air in style. He was fantastic throughout the course of the year, leading them to new heights. An unbelievable runner as well, but Hunter Hallmark at the helm of that Veribest offense, our 1A quarterback of the year. And the private school ranks Luke Carney from Dallas Christian, who put up big-time numbers all year long in guiding Dallas Christian to the 11-man TAPS Division III state championship. Luke Carney, our private school quarterback of the year. Those are the Dave Campbell's Texas Football Quarterbacks of the Year presented by Panini. Congratulations to all the winners. For more information, you can visit TexasFootball.com. So there it is.
Yay!
Award season here at Dave Campbell's Texas Football. Congratulations
well deserved
to all the honorees across the state of Texas. We are at Texas Football Today. We're here every weekday at noon on TexasFootball.com, talking football in the Lone Star State. You can follow us on Twitter at DCTF, like us on Facebook, Facebook.com/Dave Campbells. Follow us on Instagram, Instagram.com/Dave Campbells, and of course, see us at TexasFootball.com. TexasFootball.com is where you can find complete coverage of high school football, college football, recruiting, all across the Lone Star State. Hope you'll consider becoming Dave Campbell's Texas Football subscriber at TexasFootball.com/subscribe. That would make Ashley Pickle very happy.
It would, and that should be the goal of everybody.
That should be the number one goal. She's getting married. She deserves to be happy before she gets married, right?
Yeah, I like that. A year full of happiness.
Just subscribe.
TexasFootball.com/subscribe. I'm only allowed a day of happiness before the wedding. Okay.
One day.
Can I choose what day I get that?
Nope, it's today.
Okay.
And it's because people are going to subscribe at TexasFootball.com/subscribe. Coming up here in just a moment is Helpful Honda Mailbag Friday. We'll answer your questions about high school football, college football, recruiting, lifestyle, romance, travel, anything you got in the comments, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. But first, a word from these valued partners.
I feel like bustin' loose, bustin' loose. Come on, get on up. Oh yeah, get on up. Bustin' loose when you wanna sing. Bustin' loose, baby, do your thing. Talking about bustin' loose, yeah.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Potter, Executive Director of Be Well Texas. Too many people are struggling alone these days, and alcohol and drug deaths are increasing. We started Be Well Texas to offer high-quality, science-based addiction treatment and recovery services anywhere, even at home. We provide compassionate, caring support virtually or in person. In many cases, there is no cost for treatment if you don't have insurance. Really. Welcome to Be Well Texas. We're glad you're here.
Wing is the largest residential drone delivery provider in the world, delivering to your home in less than 30 minutes. Order using an app just like other popular delivery services, and Wing's automated drone takes care of the rest. It's fast, safe, and sustainable, and it's now delivering to parts of Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas. You can learn more at wing.com/TexasFootball. Again, that's wing.com/TexasFootball.
Born and bred in Texas hits a little different, as it should. Texas loves doing business with fellow Texans. VCR now takes its Texas roots as seriously as its many partnerships with schools and universities around the state. It's also why we're so proud to promote our brand in the pages of the Texas Bible, Dave Campbell's Texas Football, and on the airwaves of Texas Football Today. Driven by producing quality broadcast video, state-of-the-art audio, and LED video scoreboards at affordable prices, VCR now makes sure to listen to your needs in its athletic department before recommending the next best steps. Building great products is our business, and it's our focus on building meaningful long-term partnerships with our clients that sets us apart. From our 24/7, 365-day help desk, the training lab in our hometown of Red Oak, or our sports marketing business plan that puts money back in the hands of our athletic departments we support, VCR Now is built to last. Reach out to us today at info@vcrnow.com or by calling 855-GO-VCR-NOW. Again, that's info@vcrnow.com or by calling 855-GO-VCR-NOW.
Welcome back to Texas Football Today. Can they hear that?
Probably. I
presume.
don't know. There's like a
construction
massive
going
construction
on.
going on. Always.
Anyway, on to happier things, which include Helpful Honda Mailbag Friday.
The North Texas Honda dealers want to help you score on award-winning Hondas like the rugged and reliable 2024 Honda Ridgeline. Visit them today at one of the helpful North Texas Honda dealers or go to ntxhondadealers.com to learn more.
So if you got questions about high school football, college football, recruiting, lifestyle, romance, travel, all those things or more, get them in the comments, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. We'll answer them up until the bottom of the hour. That's broadcast talk for 30 past. The bottom of the hour and top of the... I always thought that was so cool, like growing up listening to broadcaster when they'd be like, "Oh,
We'll be back.
We'll be back at the bottom of the hour, top of the hour." I'm like, man, that's so cool. And then like you just realize, like, oh, they're just looking at which way the stupid arrow points. You're like, all right. That's a perfect example of one of those things that, like, as you get older, you realize that we're just all cosplaying as adults.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
That's one of the things. Somebody sent me a meme on Instagram. I think it was I don't remember who it was. About this, that they were basically saying there's two types of adults. I think they're describing millennials, but they said there's chaos adults who are just like running around, doing whatever they want, figuring things out, as they go by. But from 9 to 5, they can hold it all together and keep a job, right? And then there's the other side. I don't remember how they described it, but they said they have like a spouse and kids and a house, and they're just pretending, like they're just dressing up as an adult. They're actually a child that has no idea how to do things. And I've never nothing has ever resonated more with me than that. It's just like, yeah, I have a wife and a kid, or kids, and a job and house and like all these things, and also nobody should trust me with anything else. Like, absolutely. Like, the fact that I have this many people fooled is honestly, I'm pretty pleased with myself.
And you'll get this too, especially because, like, for instance, your wife is a teacher. Mallory and I talked about that not too long ago, because quite a lot of my friends are either teachers or nurses. Mm-hmm. I would say about 90% of the female girlfriends that I have are teachers or nurses. And both of them scare me to death, because you go into the classroom when you were younger and you think, oh yeah, my teacher knows everything. Like, they have it completely figured out. And now that I'm older, I realize that's not necessarily the case.
That's not the case at all.
And let me be very fair. They're very great at their job and stuff, but we're also out at bars drinking on the weekend, and that's not something that I would have thought that my teachers were doing when I was in 3rd and 4th grade.
And
And
it's one of those things that I feel like both sides of that don't know how the other half does it.
Yes.
Like the chaos people don't know how people like me do it, and I don't know how the chaos people
do it. Yep.
And it's like, okay, that's what's the word? A symbiotic relationship.
Yep.
We can all
thinking that my best friend from back home, Aspen Tribble, knows how to save my life because she's went to years of medical school and blah blah blah. It just doesn't feel like it should be the way that it is.
How is Aspen doing?
She's great.
Texas Football Today's own Aspen
Texas
Tribble.
football, yeah, the duck walker extraordinaire.
Yeah.
We're gonna see her at the Hill Country Coaching Clinic. So excited.
Good. Tell her I said hi.
I will.
Do we have any questions from the people?
Yes. Let's go with. How will TFT be impacted by the construction?
Huh!
Well, we.
I don't know if we're quite ready to tell you what's going on.
Yeah.
But we're making some moves. Mm-hmm. And I would just tell you this: cherish the way that this looks.
Yeah.
Just soak it in, and take a mental snapshot. Maybe take a screen grab so you can remember. I remember, I go back and watch old episodes of TFT sometimes, in the old set, just to see how it looked. And it's oh, that's interesting. So just I don't know. Just cherish the way that it looks.
Yeah, we're expanding our office. The whole
Yeah.
we're redoing everything in here, but but that's the entire office. It's not just this.
So just cherish this. Not this. Lock this in. Cherish this. You know what I mean? That's good. What else, Pickle?
Best 2024 Texas recruit that hasn't committed yet.
Hasn't committed yet, or hasn't signed yet?
It said committed.
Committed. Okay. So here's the thing. All eyes right now are on Terry Bussey.
Yes.
Did you see what he tweeted yesterday?
Yeah, the LSU thing.
He was at LSU and he tweeted out a photo in the LSU gear, and he tweeted out 2 eyeballs.
So when he inevitably tells them no and goes to UTEP, we'll all
let's go. Picks up. Anyway, do you know how awesome that would be if Terry Bussey was just what if I just go and wreck shop at UTEP?
That would be the best thing ever.
Awesome.
I mean, Liberty just got in as a New Year's Six bowl game.
Just ripping Liberty limb from limb. Make me so happy. Anyway, all eyes are on Terry Bussey. That's the one name that everybody's got an eye on. However, there's a few other guys out there that I would say are under the radar and presently under recruited. I don't know if Will Henderson has committed anywhere, the Gilmer running back. You may remember him from the state championship game.
Yeah,
the fast guy.
Him and his goggles were,
the
blazing a trail. They were
so
awesome.
Good. He's presently uncommitted from what I understand. He's a guy who I think if you're a team like Stephen F. Austin, you need to be all over that dude. If you're North Texas and you have a late spot, you need to be offering those types of things.
Yep.
But those are the ones that off the top of my head, as far as uncommitted are concerned, would be still, as we're cleaning up the top 20, or rather the class of 2024. Those would be the names that specifically stand out. I'm trying to think of anyone else, but essentially a lot of the focus now is going to move over to the 2025 ranks. But yeah, those would be the guys that are presently uncommitted that jump to mind. I think Shea Adams, maybe from P&G, might be uncommitted as well. So those are just a handful of guys who are still on the board. On TexasFootball.com, I'm trying to see if there's the top uncommitted guys we have on TexasFootball.com would be guys like Danny Green, the South Oklahoma running back.
Just committed.
Did he commit?
Yeah, or no. He just got an offer.
He
just got an offer from UTEP,
right?
which we were pumped about.
Trey Morris, the running back from Cy Falls, is uncommitted.
Which he is so good, guys.
He is. He's very good.
God,
Will
good.
Henderson, we mentioned him. Let's see. Brandon Jones, the linebacker from South Oak Cliff. Marcus Boswell, the linebacker from Lake Travis. Hunter Madden, the kind of do-it-all athlete from Clearbrook. Clearbrook.
Yeah,
Levante Johnson from Galena Park North Shore is uncommitted, the safety. Heath McCree, the receiver from Westlake, that's a steal. Cam Robinson is uncommitted from Carson Williams. Those are a handful of guys who are presently uncommitted that I would still consider to be FBS talents that should probably get an FBS. But again, one of the things, and we were talking about this in our Slack chat, about there's a kid from, where's he go? He's at Miami, but he's coming back for his 9th year of college football.
Yes, that's insane. He's older than Mallory.
So he was originally from Oregon. He was originally signed with Oregon. Okay. Pickle, he is in the same signing class
As Jalen Hurts.
as Justin Herbert.
Really?
Justin Herbert and this guy whose name I forget, the tight end,
can't remember.
were in the same signing class at Oregon. Justin Herbert, I think, just finished his 3rd or 4th year in the league.
Yeah, because him and Jalen Hurts are on the same year too, which is crazy.
He had
when we talk about
these
injury in 18, 19, 20, and 21.
Yeah.
Dude, it cannot be healthy for your body to go out there and do it again.
Stop.
Like, you go get a job. Go get a job.
LinkedIn.
Literally.
This is but all that's to say, the reason I bring that up is that now that's an extreme example, but all of these guys who are coming back for an extra year because of the COVID year and because of injury redshirts, that takes away a scholarship opportunity. And so I do believe, and we'll probably have a big discussion about this with Greg Powers at some point, about the trickle-down effect of, like, there are players who should be high-level FBS players who are instead, like, G5 FBS players. And those are taking spots away from G5 FBS players who are going to be maybe, like, FCS players. And there's a trickle-down effect at some point. So that's how you get guys like Heath McCree who are unsigned, Danny Green who are unsigned. Anyway, that's my rant for the day. Do we have 2 more?
Yeah, well, here's another. This kind of goes into the same thing of a rant, but how much is the transfer portal affecting high school recruiting? And it's the same thing. I mean,
yeah, I think the portal is obviously, like, that's the big topic right now. Everyone wants to talk about the portal, and I get it. I think the biggest issue is, like, these extra years of eligibility.
Yeah.
That's having a bigger impact than the portal, in my opinion, because those spots, like, there's a transactional element of it, of, like,
if
in and out
someone
and stuff
leaves,
like that.
there's
Then
going
the
to be another
opens
spot
up.
open. Yeah.
But we've seen over the course of since COVID, basically, since 2020, that there has been there's been a step back in the high school recruiting, and there's been a step forward in going portal shopping, and it's one of the things that Jake Spavital at Texas State, it ended up costing him his job, but one of the things that he thought was like, look, I'm not going to go sign all these high school players just to be a farm system for, a P5 team. Like, I'm not going to do that, because what's going to happen is that they're going to be all Sun Belt, and then they're going to leave. And then I have to go replace them with somebody else, and then I'm going to be fired. So that's why he really relied heavily on the portal, and was like, I'm going to go and I'm going to get the guys who are trickling down, coming off of big Power 5 conferences rosters. There's a real impact. It's probably, I think it's a lot of different things. I think the portal is kind of a boogeyman of, like, oh no, like, there are entities involved who do not want to empower players. And so they want to blame everything on the portal, but I think the bigger issue is the eligibility and just these guys who are staying for 7, 8 years, 6, 7, 8 years, extra years, that are eating up scholarships.
Yep.
And so there's an overhaul to come, although there's probably a seismic move coming.
Yeah.
Altogether. Do we have an ender? Or is that our ender?
Enjoy the program rankings. Some of the criteria is very self-explanatory, but just curious, the logic for state runner-up versus semifinalist or regional finalist. Like, how much does that impact it?
It's a great question.
Because you didn't technically win, but you made it.
Correct. You made it. To me, making it to a state championship game and winning, obviously you'd have to win your region to do that, and then you have to win a semifinal. To me, I think that winning a semifinal is important because it reflects greater than just your region. in the sense of there are teams out there that romped through their region. And it's not because they are some spectacular ball club. It's because their region is relatively weak. For example, I don't want to call out any examples, but those are things. I think when you win a semifinal, you're having to go up against another region, and as a result, you're winning one more important game. I think that is a real feather in the cap. We also talk about one of the things, and that is from a logistical perspective. That's from like a hard, cold perspective. From a human perspective, and just from like the way you and I talk about it, we talk all the time about how making a state championship game etches you in history.
Yeah.
Right?
It doesn't matter if you're Humble Summer Creek and you got blown out by 60 points.
Summer Creek made it to a state championship game.
They're there.
They will forever be a team that made it to a state championship game. And I think that matters as well. So I think there's a reasonable argument. My thing would be that the number of wins that you get along the way is going to help buoy that. And so those teams, essentially, I think we've come up with a formula that will sort it by teams that made a state championship, and then pretty quickly followed by teams that maybe they don't make a state championship, but they're in the semifinals a lot. Let me see if I can find an example.
Well, from just a human perspective, and I don't know this because I haven't spoken to him, but the Graham coach that just retired, he went to 5 different state semifinals.
Yeah.
I'm sure he would give back 4 of those to be able to have one of them end up in the state championship.
100%.
As great as those are, and as great as the memories and the kids and all that stuff, I'm sure he's going to say it was fantastic and he wouldn't trade anything. But realistically, he would have given up 4 of those to be able to go to the state championship just to play in it.
I'll give you an example. Fall City is a good example. Okay, Fall City is a team that has made a lot of semifinals, and they've only made 1 championship game. Remember, they upset Mart in 2021. I think it was.
No, that was Winthorst that upset Mart.
No, they beat Mart beat him in the title game. Or I'm sorry, Winthorst beat Mart in the title game. I'm in a semifinal, which I think was in 2021.
Gotcha.
Fall City only made it to 1 title game.
Yes.
They ranked 42nd because they're 70-17 over that time. So to me, you are making up. There are other ways to make up those bonus points for making a state championship game than making a state semifinal. Because I also don't want to bog this thing down. I think one thing that I've realized in toying with this metric, because I've played with it a lot, is that there are the more kind of factors you add into it, especially the factors that like feed into each other. So if you were to do semifinalists and then state championship game appearances, you're only growing the gap between the haves and the have-nots, and it makes it harder to move. One of the things I wanted to, whenever we designed this, I wanted there to be movement. I wanted there to be that one great year can really buoy you. And so if you add in those other things, then all it's going to do is it's going to push those top 18 or 22 teams up higher on the list, and it's going to make for less movement. That's one thing that I that's part of the balancing of the formula that we came up with that I think it works best. Reasonable people can disagree, but that's the theory behind that. So I hope that answers your question. And that is it. Forever.
Goodbye forever.
Goodbye.
It's been a nice run.
Remember, we are off next week. I'm out of town Monday and Tuesday. Then we have a meeting on Wednesday, and then I have a meeting on Thursday. And then I guess we could do a show Friday. Tune in next Friday, see if we do a show. No promises. That's a good, it's a good way to end it. There's no promises.
No promises. Ever.
But yeah.
About anything.
But then it's going to be realignment week. And remember, February 1st. February 1st. Final thoughts. This is final thoughts.
Yes.
February 1st is our realignment special live from Birdville. So we will be here breaking down all the realignment stuff on February 1st. You got anything else?
No. Those are all my thoughts.
That's going to do it for us. Thanks for spending a little bit of your day with us. Follow us on Twitter at DCTF. Like us on Facebook. Facebook.com/Dave Campbell's. Follow us on Instagram. Instagram.com/Dave Campbell's. And, of course, see us at TexasFootball.com. For Ashley Pickle, I'm Greg Tepper. Vince Young, please meet your Player of the Year trophy. We'll see you next Friday. Maybe. If not, we'll see you in a little bit on Texas Football Today.
No promises.